Well, today I have something wild for you. The most powerful electric scooter I've tested yet on this channel. And it's this AUSOM F1 Max with two 1,400 watt motors, a huge 60 volt battery that runs at 20.8 amps. It features a tilting system, independent front and rear suspension, 10-inch wheels, and eABS disc brakes. An incredibly powerful scooter that we're gonna check out in today's video, so if you want to get to know it in detail, let's go with the review here on TechGround. AUSOM has been active in electric mobility for a while, offering models like the L Series, DT2, and SR1. It was already clear that the brand wasn't going to do things halfway. Now they've introduced the AUSOM F1 Max, their most complete, most powerful, and most beastly model to date. It's the flagship of their lineup. If you enjoy this content, like, subscribe to TechGround, and comment. Which other electric scooter models should I try on the Sin channel? Let's unbox and open it now. We find the main scooter and the charger. Note it only includes one charger, despite having a dual charging port. User manual, a pair of gloves if included for assembly, some Allen keys, a screwdriver for adjustments, and near-field communication cards for the unlocking system, one with a pendant and two smaller ones. The box is well presented with good protection, foam on the sides, and you can tell the brand wants to give that impression. First impression, the device feels sturdy with a quality paint finish and impressive spring details. And just by taking it out, you can already feel that this isn't just any scooter. It's not meant for just a little ride around the city or commuting to work. There's plenty of muscle here. The assembly is very simple. We just install the handlebar, tighten the screws, adjust the display, and the button module with the accelerator trigger. Other than that, everything else comes pre-assembled and it's ready to go with just one click, ready for action. Let's begin by discussing the design of the AUSOM F1 Max. And its chassis is built with 6061 aerospace grade aluminum, which gives it strength and corrosion resistance so it lasts over time. And it has a maximum load capacity of 150 kilograms with a weight of 36 kilos. It's not light at all. It's not very easy to carry up the stairs every day, but it gives you consistency and solidity when you're riding it. And above all, resistance to impacts or falls. Its platform is about 23-24 centimeters wide and 50 centimeters long. Perfect for standing on it with both feet, either side by side or one behind the other, supported on this metal pedal we have at the back. I like how it stands out and adds a futuristic touch. It's the LED that runs all around its perimeter, where we find the ambient lights, as well as the turn signals and brake lights. As for the handlebar finish, we have a U-shaped handlebar, which is quite comfortable but flat at the same time. So we don't get tired during long rides or many miles on the scooter, especially on rough terrain. With two rubber grips that are wide enough to rest the palms of your hands. And they hide the detail of having the turn signals already embedded in the grips themselves. This will give us quicker access and more comfort to signal our direction when we're on the road. The brake levers are metallic, premium quality brake levers. They feel well built without excessive play. On the left, there's a button panel to turn the dual traction control motors on or off. This big horn sounds like a car or a motorcycle, and it sounds really good. A 4.5-inch liquid crystal display screen in the center, where it will show us everything: speed, odometer, trip, turn signals, battery, and the driving modes. It looks really good, and you can also adjust its brightness. On the right side, we find the button module, the power button, the up and down buttons, and the mode button, which is also used to turn on the lights. It turned off, but that's fine. I just hold the power button to turn it back on. I'll mention my near-field communication card shortly. We have near-field communication technology. To be able to securely unlock our scooter, we get 3 cards. The one I showed you with the pendant, and these 2 that are keychain cards. Just tap it over the contact to turn on the scooter anytime. As I was saying, in the module with the button panel and power button, tapping it repeatedly changes the settings. With the odometer, trip meter, and voltage unit, you can always see the scooter's operating voltage. Button to switch up and down between the 3 modes we have: Eco, Sport, and Race. If we hold down the power button, we turn the lights on and off, and if we double tap it, we turn the ambient lights off and back on. We also have pedestrian mode if we press the button to lower the level. And this trigger, notice that as soon as I press it, it's very sensitive. A very comfortable trigger where you can even fit both your index and middle fingers. Like I said, it's very complete. As for the handlebars, we can't adjust the height, but honestly, for someone like me with a height between about 1.60 and 1.80 meters, it's going to be perfect for riding. You don't need to bend down or reach up too far. Moving down the stem, you'll find its lock and unlock mechanism. To fold the scooter, which is very simple and convenient, it doesn't hurt your hands like other scooters do. You just press, release this little latch, and it's ready to be folded and taken anywhere. We have this clamp, this hook that we can insert into the hole on the rear pedal to press it, and that way it stays fully folded. As you'll see, you can take it anywhere. It's easy and safe. Also, the locking system it has comes with a little hook that fits perfectly and makes sure the mast doesn't have any play. If we go down a bit, we find these two big LEDs, these two lights that really shine like a motorcycle. No matter if you're riding at night in low light or any condition, they light up well. They're very clear, they're white, and the beam they give off is pretty big. What do we find? A bit further down, this dynamic fork? Look at how thick it is and how well built it is. It's made to withstand all the bumps, impacts, and to adapt to different terrains. Honestly, as I said, you can tell it's high quality. Both the front and the rear have a suspension system with 4 independent springs. Take a look. How does this flex? It's going to withstand practically any jump, any unevenness, any terrain, as I said, irregular, and it's going to pivot independently. That way, you'll have greater control on any type of terrain. It's great that they've included front and rear fenders to prevent splashes, especially now during this season. As you can see, it's autumn and we can avoid getting our backs full of splashes and not soaking everyone when we're riding. It's true that the fenders are made of plastic, but they have a carbon fiber-like finish, which gives them that race look and a powerful touch. Let's move on to one of the important parts, which are the 10-inch knobby tires, 10 by 3 inches. They're quite wide and have a pretty deep tread and groove, so you can go through trails, sand, cobblestones, gravel, and in this case, here on grass. It will also grip perfectly and won't slip excessively, but be careful because it has a lot of power, and when you start off, if you don't control it well, you might get a scare. The braking system is important because with so much power, we need safe braking, and they've installed some really powerful hydraulic disc brakes that work great and come with an ABS system. This way, it prevents us from sliding and skidding, helping to better lock the wheels and increase our braking by 30%. Compared to other scooters, what do I really like? This added kickstand. A real kickstand, just like the originals. A metal kickstand that will support, as you can see, I stood on it and the kickstand won't bend or have that weakness that many others have. When we put them on soft ground, they usually sink, or on hard ground, they tend to get a lot of play. Now let's focus on the heart, the power, and what truly matters about this amazing scooter. And that's the 2 dual motors of 1,400 watts each, giving us a combined peak of 3,840 watts. Right now I have it in race mode, just to give you a quick idea. Race mode, dual mode. And if you don't control the scooter, does it throw you off? This is for experienced people. It's a scooter for people who already know how to ride and have had other scooters before and want something more. Well, to have a bit more fun and to enjoy it, like I said, on different terrains. Where does all that power come from with a 60 volt, 20.8 amp battery? Of course, charging will take between 10 and 12 hours. We get a single charger in the box, but it has 2 power input ports. That means if we buy an extra charger, we'll cut the charging time in half, and maybe in 5 or 6 hours, the scooter will be fully charged. Okay, what range will this battery provide? It seems powerful, right? It's 60 volts, and it's gonna give us about 80 kilometers if we're riding in the best conditions. 56 miles. Me going full throttle with the dual motor set to race mode, riding on trails, going uphill, messing around. I've used up half the battery with 18 kilometers. So if we give it our all, we can easily reach 35 or 40 kilometers. No problem. With this scooter, well, as I was saying, we have 2 ways to use this scooter. By using the dual drive mode button, we'll activate just one motor, we'll use the rear one, and we'll have 3 different speeds in the 3 modes. In Eco mode, we'll reach 31 kilometers per hour in Sport mode, 45 kilometers per hour, and in Race mode about 53 kilometers per hour. Activating both motors in Eco mode increases our speed to 33 kilometers per hour. In Sport mode, we already go over 50 kilometers per hour, and in Race mode, we'll reach an impressive 70 kilometers per hour. I have to tell you something, going with the wind at your back on flat ground or even slightly downhill, pushing it to the limit, and with a full charge, I've reached 82 kilometers per hour. It's really crazy, it's dangerous, but when you're on it, it feels like you're floating, literally, because you feel good. How does it grip the road, and how does the suspension respond? You don't notice the vibration, unevenness, or any imbalance while driving. Lastly, just a note, pressing the up and down buttons activates it. At the same time, we'll have access to the hidden menu where we'll have different custom settings. These include switching from kilometers per hour to miles per hour, the automatic shutdown time, speed limits, starting from a kick or from a standstill, braking force, and acceleration force. Enabling and disabling cruise control, linking near-field communication cards, screen brightness, and changing the password. This makes this scooter one of the most customizable on the market. And, as I said, it's one of the most interesting ones because it has a very complete system and a configuration that you can fine-tune to the smallest detail. The cruise control is great after 3 seconds like all scooters. You can hold it and travel at 50 or 60 kilometers per hour on a road without continuously pressing the trigger. And well, having said all this, you've already seen that this scooter is a real beast on asphalt and off-road, because it can take us through any situation, through any scenario, with total safety and a lot of power. As a conclusion, what would I highlight? Well, as I said, it has an incredible amount of power, and thanks to its amazing suspension, it adapts to any irregularity in the terrain. The security with near-field communication makes it stand out from others on the market. The lighting is top-notch, really good at night. Direct handlebar access to turn signals. It's something I hadn't seen on other scooters, and honestly, I think it's more than enough power for a scooter with these features. What don't I like? It's 36 kilogram weight and size. You won't want to move it daily, load and unload it from a small car, or carry it upstairs. And the price? If you only want a scooter for the city, I think it's a bit expensive, but if you want a scooter for everything, for going out, having fun, enjoying yourself, for an adrenaline rush, it's definitely justified. It costs 1,399 euros on their website. Remember, this is their flagship and most powerful scooter yet, and it's also the most powerful I've tried. That's it. If there's any discount code and we have it, we'll leave it in the description. I hope you've been able to get to know this F1 Max in depth and clear up any doubts. And of course, let me know in the comments if you want me to try other different scooters, any questions you have about this scooter, let me know and I'll clarify them. And as always, thank you for being there, and I'll see you in the next episode of Tech Ground. The description has the product link. As always, may technology be with you. Bye.